Let it be a warning to you. I heard Jeff, I was in the other room, and I heard Jeff say that he tastes every batch. I was once teaching some people how to make ice cream, and I think we made about 15 batches, and they would take out the spoon, taste a batch, another batch, taste a batch. I said, I got to warn you about what you're doing. What are we doing? I said, we made 15 batches of ice cream today, and you took a taste of each one. That's about a pound of ice cream that you ate. And you don't want to be eating a pound of ice cream every single day. And they just had no awareness of it. So don't fall in love with your product.
But taste every batch.
But taste every batch, okay. He's not giving up. Now, there were a couple of strawberries left in here. And, do as I say, not as I do. I should have in the sink a spaghetti strainer so that when I pour the water with, like you just had some pecans, you pour the pecan water through the strainer instead of it going down the drain. Otherwise, once a week, you're going to be calling a plumber to clean out the drain. So if you pour the water through the spaghetti strainer, you save all that hassle.
And you noticed what was in each one of our sinks, right?
Oh, you have them. Good. Okay, now we're going to make my third and final flavor for my rainbow, and that's going to be the blueberry or the red, white, and blue. Now this is going to be it's a banana blueberry. I haven't seen the bananas.
Right here.
Oh, thanks. It's getting nervous. And so that's going to be just a straight Italian ice, sugar, water, and fruit. And the riper the banana, I'll tell you a quick story about bananas. I thought I was really cool, but found out I wasn't. I asked Paula to buy the oldest bananas that she could find, because the darker the banana, the more sugar content it has in it. So when this turns absolutely black and squishy, it's got the highest flavor content you'll get. So I'm really a wise, I was going to say wise ass, smart person. I go to the greengrocer over at Publix. I say, I'll tell you what, you see those brown bananas over there? You can't sell them. They're all mushy and awful. I'll sell them to you. I'll buy them from you at a huge discount. And that was great. I was saving all this money. Well, I wrote that story, put it up, and a friend of mine, Gary Faselli, up at Gary's Ice Cream, said, Steve, you are such a rookie. It's unbelievable. He said, I go to the greengrocer. I see the blackened bananas that are all squishy and mushy, and I tell him, I'm going to take those off your hands, and I'm not going to charge you for them. And the greengrocer goes, what? He goes, you can't sell them, can you? He goes, no. You're going to throw them in your dumpster. It's going to take up space in your dumpster. You're going to have to pay the dumpster to take away the bad bananas, and all the flies are going to come. I'm doing you a favor. The guy just looked at him and said, you can have them for free. Get out of here. So, smarter than me. Paula, this is 4 pounds, or whatever the amount was? Yes. Thank you. You want one? No, one of these before I put them in the machine. Okay. Old bananas, as old as you can get. Yes. Because a fresh banana is firm, but it doesn't have as high a sugar content as the mushy ones. But nobody wants to eat the mushy ones.
Well, there is a little parentheses on that.
There always is, Jeff.
Well, the darker they get, absolutely the more sugar they get, but the less banana flavor they get, the more sugar flavor they have.
Go pass those around. He's probably right. I wouldn't know. I'm only a manufacturer. You're probably right, Jeff. All right, so I need 48 ounces of water.
48?
Yeah, how did I come up with that?
I got it.
Oh, thanks. And a pound of sugar, I'll get that. I was watching once an executive chef, and it wasn't that he was such a great executive chef, he was just a con, and he was very good at it. I need a pound of sugar. Well, there's a pound 3 ounces in here. So this chef would have known that there was a little over a pound in here, just by this and all of this, what's left in the bag. So I told him I need a pound of sugar. So he comes over and he picks up the bag and he goes like this, and he gets this quizzical look on his face. He's thinking like this, he's going like this, and just judging it. And he goes like that, reaches in and goes, "Okay, here you go." And I'm going, "That's amazing." It was a con. He already knew that there was about a pound in there. So we've got
Only 48 ounces of water, huh?
I've got a lot of bananas.
Okay,
I hope it's right. Well, it's a CB350.
okay.
Let's hope. We'll taste it halfway through, like you said, and see. Okay. 32 ounces of blueberries, and this is 48, so I need less than this.
Really?
Let me go get a real knife.
Wouldn't hurt. It's all I use. It's all I use. He uses the less expensive
I
sugar.
buy sugar is sugar. It all comes out of the same factory with different name tags. And so,
Look what your cousin's doing.
what?
Look,
Yeah, well,
she
no
knows.
comment. She's been listening too much of you.
No, I don't think so. Sugar is not sugar. Domino's is better sugar.
How do you know that? Because it costs more, right?
So be it.
32 ounces of blueberries. I just wanted to see if you're awake. Okay.
And who has to clean that up?
Jeff, you're ducking out after the peanut butter and jelly, so you don't have
But
to.
I got to clean my containers with the peanut butter.
Ah,
That juice is going to be good for the color.
all right. Ounces tear mode.
We're into the color on this one. So, did you hear the one about the,
Hey, how about a magic trick?
no, this is ice cream time. This isn't magic time.
All right. And do you have the water and the sugar for me?
Water's here, sugar
Okay.
you poured, didn't you? Oh, you said it right here. That's-
Yeah, right here. Okay. Sugar dissolves very easily in cold water. You don't have to go to a lot of rigmarole of heating up the water. And if it doesn't, it's going in the machine anyway, and the agitation's going to dissolve it. But then again, this is the cheap sugar. It'll probably never dissolve, right?
Well, it's a question of how long you want to stir it, that's all. But while you're stirring it, this is how I make money in my store. I take the dollars that we take up in the front, and I bring them in the back. When nobody's looking, the staff sits down at a long table, folds each of the dollars real small. And then, after we're all done, when they're all done, what they have is they've doubled their money, and it didn't cost anything. And that's all they do all day, double their money. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay. Okay, Italian ice. Start. All right, so I'm just putting in the blueberries. I knew I had made it in the video world when a father called me up once and he said, I've got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. And he said, I had to babysit on Saturday, and so I actually set the kids up just like we used to do with Sesame Street. Set the kid... Excuse me? Yeah, can you believe it? A father babysitting? Never happens, huh? So anyway, he's letting the TV babysit, and he turns on my website and is playing videos, my videos of this for the kids. And what he told me next was when I realized I had made it in the ice cream world, because the 5-year-old says to the 3-year-old, now don't try that on a Taylor machine. So here's what we're talking about. Don't try this on any other machine because it won't work. I need to slice these. But we're going to just jam them down in there. I need to slice them down the middle. No, this way. I'm glad you don't have a knife. Where'd my knife go? Yeah, but the opening's smaller than yours. See?
That's why you have a spatula.
Ah, gee, I could have done with a whole banana then.
Well, you know, in this TV show, you are the top banana.
Oh, please. Okay, very good. What? See, here's how I'm going to do. I'm just going to slice them right down the middle and slide them in. You literally can't do that on any other machine. The openings are too restricted, and you would damage the freezing cylinder by putting stuff in like this. Thanks.
You good? You good?
Yes, thank you. What else do I need to put in here?
Any vanilla?
No?
Lemon juice?
Yeah,
We got to squeeze lemons
I got to
again?
squeeze another lemon.
Lemon. Not my ice cream.
What'd you say, Jeff?
They said I didn't care about the pits. I said, it's not my ice cream. You say the pits are all right.
Yes.
It's okay by me.
How do you know you're eating watermelon if it doesn't have pits? You know, if you want to make a watermelon Italian ice, use chocolate chips to simulate the pits. No, it's a good idea, isn't it? I'm going to put a few more blueberries in because I have nothing else to do with them. Okay, everything's in there. We turn on the refrigeration, and we're off to the races.
I'm going to grab another bladder.
Oh, you don't like your bladder?
Okay?
Yes, okay. Any questions so far? No? You know everything?
We were just saying that you don't hit the refrigeration while you're putting all your ingredients in there till it's in there to help beat it up.
I normally would turn on the refrigeration right away because I know I've got about 4 minutes of just bringing the temperature down. without any actual changing the consistency. But I needed the extra time to get everything in there, and I did want to grind them up. Sammy. So that's going to have a nice color and a lot of good flavor. Did I get everything in there? Yes. Okay.
Before you do the tour, she wants to see you.
Who?
The girl who took the deposits.
Oh, Connie. Okay. That's Aaron's wife.
No wonder nobody's listening to me. So, so what else? What else? Come on, I pay you to ask questions. And how about you? You always you ask questions by the clock. 5 minutes. You got well. What does how do we?
Okay. What makes it creamy? Like how you creamy ice cream?
Oh, she wasn't listening.
So
Sugar.
what makes it creamy?
That sugar. That's what I said this morning. Remember the story?
She's not listening to you.
Remember the story about the New York ice and the Philadelphia ice? The more sugar, the smoother it is. It's all sugar. Yes, that's all. No, just sugar. It's that simple. That's the secret ingredient.
Ice cream, not ice.
Ice cream?
Same thing. Sweetness. You know,
Sweetness,
honey, sugar.
sweetness, or increase the fat content. Now, here's why we only run 10%. Jeff's running it because he likes the taste. I'm running it because I came down here to Florida and I saw that there weren't a lot of ice cream parlors compared to New York or San Francisco or other temperate or moderate climates. If you make a 16 in New York, let me back up. In New York, we would sell. If you're selling 14% butterfat, which is a high fat, I'm going to sell 16 just so I can say I'm the richest ice cream in New York. So there. But that doesn't really make it better. It just makes it richer and more expensive. If you take a 16% butterfat ice cream, very high in fat, and sell it down here, you're going to have people dropping dead in your parking lot. It's so high fat, fat makes you sweat, it can give you a stomach ache, and you go out into that 93-degree heat and 97% humidity, you're going to get sick. So you can't have a good business of people getting sick. So the 10% is the federal minimum that you can sell and still call it ice cream. And that is what makes a very refreshing ice cream. So that's why I do it. If I was up in cow country in Wisconsin, I might sell a 14%. I really can't justify 16. There is 17% in Virginia and San Diego, but it doesn't necessarily, higher fat doesn't necessarily make it better. Nobody ever walked out of an ice cream parlor and said, oh, that's the best damn butterfat I ever ate. And they don't say, I can't wait to come back tomorrow. Their overrun was so good, the air content. They say that flavor was fantastic. That people eat flavor. Now, in order to get the flavor, everything else has to be in balance. Got to have some air, no air, and it's going to be like lead. And it's got to have some fat in order for it to be a smooth, creamy ice cream. So that's all there is to it. It's pretty simple. And just so you know, because from 10 to 12 doesn't sound that big a deal. But think of it this way. Milk is 4% fat. Low-fat milk is 2% fat. And there's a world of taste difference between whole milk and low-fat milk. I mean, they're like night and day. And yet it's only a 2% change. So if we go from 10 to 12, that's a change. If we go 10 to 14, that's a big change. If we go 10 to 16, that's outrageous. And there just isn't. I once made for Al Pachenik, he was CEO of Godiva Chocolate. He was one of these Texas too much is never enough attitude. And so he already had his Godiva chocolate, and he said, what's the highest fat in New York? I said 16. He shows up with something they made at Rutgers University and sent over, 22% fat. 22% butterfat plus his high-fat chocolate. And we ran it. This is back in the Bronx. We gave it to everybody. And an hour and a half later, I had 24 sick employees and a dead stray cat. And I missed the cat. So, I mean, it's just too much for the body to take. You can go overboard. So, depending on where if you say to me, what fat should I run? Where do you live? And everybody goes, what does that matter? Well, it matters on what you want to sell. What's your climate? If you're living up in Boston, you're going to go with a higher fat because it's cold there in the winter. And it's not only delicious, but it also warms you up. If that sounds strange. Boy, look at the messy person who works here.
We're done with the cream now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put it back.
Okay, thanks.
So Steve, in your dipping cabinet, do you normally have 3 pounds? What's the bucket size that you normally put in those dipping cabinets?
Okay, good question. What size tubs do you sell? Let me just show you one that I've gotten to like. I've got to pay attention here. I like these gelato pans. If you had a gelato case, Nelson Manufacturing and Masterbuilt now make a gelato case, American made, so it doesn't cost outrageous amounts of money and it's good quality. I buy just the pans and then I buy these inserts. They're very inexpensive and I just keep dropping my inserts in. It's kind of nice. It looks good for scooping in a retail store. I'm sorry?
About how, if you're doing the little crush cups, about how many of those can you get out of that one little size? So I'm trying to figure out how many of those.
It's going to depend on the air content of the product. Usually 96 4-ounce portions per 3-gallon tub. But anyway, the 2.5 gallon is the way ice cream was always made. All ice cream started off as homemade. And then, and that was until about the mid-1930s. And then the commercial people came along and they had to sell against Ma and Pa, like Seal Test and Breyer and Bluebell, all people we put in business. So they offered a 3-gallon tub. They say, see, buy from us, we're giving you a half-gallon extra for free. So commercial ice cream has always been in 3-gallon tubs. Homemade has always been in 2.5. I'm losing my mind. There it is. Let's fill this first. And do you have a spatula? Oh, thanks.
That's delicious.
Wow, nice color.
Tastes very good.
Okay, now here comes the fun part. Jack, you got the cameras up?
Yes, sir.
You ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Red, white, and blue, right? Watch this. Just pull straight out like that. Now we've got 3 flavors in one tub. I stayed up all of 15 minutes inventing this one night. Isn't that great? And so when you go to scoop it, you take a scoop and you go around in a semicircular motion and hit all 3 flavors. No, anytime I want. I only, if I had made one flavor right after the other, I could have pulled it. If I waited till it was frozen, it'd be easier to pull out. Actually easier. Because the stainless, by its nature, is very slippery. Oh, you got the
I
rest.
just cleaned that.
I'm sorry. Wow. That was good.
Like Felix and Oscar. Okay, you want to try some?
That's beautiful. Hey, Jack,
Yes, sir.
you have a cell phone?
Yes, I do.
Want to come get a picture for me?
Sure. No, no.
You're welcome.
And then send it over to me? And send it to Ken, too. Take one of the products and then one of me with it. So that... Okay. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, no, it's much river.
Works well.
You're welcome.
fat me up.
Yeah.
You can handle
And
it.
kids are going to love that.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, we got it.
Do I get extra points for getting this?
That's up to Steve. I think you win the lottery.
What's that?
She got a lemon pit.
Oh, congratulations. You know that it's natural.
Any input on ice cream mix distributors in the Phoenix area?
I'd have to look at my computer, but yes.
Okay.
Did you try that?
Yes, I said it was very good right from the go.
I don't like the lemon, but otherwise I like it.
Look at the different portions. I was looking at the first started.
And then when you want to see the rest of them, you just go there.
You mean making it on the counter and multiple?
Keep hitting next,
Yeah.
and then you've also
That's
got
gonna be
manual.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little differently.
Depends on what you're making.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you're making gelato, well, gelato is a low air content product, so. Yeah. And then yet I can, no, and I can also take it higher or lower if I want. Yeah, that's what I've figured out over the years is what speeds to run them at on my machine. It doesn't apply to any other machine, but then again, nobody else has this control. All they have is a speed.
On the previous segment, you had said that you can make a batch.
Where'd you come from?
Like a half batch in 8 minutes.
oh, that's not bad. 10, 11
By
hours?
that, like a full batch would take the full 17 minutes?
No, this thing you have to make full batches. So ice cream is 8 minutes. Italian ice is 16 minutes.
Using that- I have
Over
people
here,
in the
8
class
minutes,
coming from
16
Singapore.
minutes, and on up, 8 minutes, 16 minutes. On these bigger ones, you can make a half batch if you're careful.
Yeah.
It won't be
They're
a whole
from
lot
Kansas.
faster. It's
They're
just you're
from
getting more
Ontario.
out, less
He's
out.
from-
Some people don't want a full batch.
Some
it's
flew,
not a good
some
idea.
drove.
You're risking freezing the machine up, but it can be done.
I
But
was looking more into more like a production type of thing, you know. So 17 minutes, that's the minimum to make a full batch of.
16,
Next class,
16
August.
on this for Italian ice. Yeah.
Always. What?
That was good.
Yeah, it was very good.
You're up. It's all yours.
Okay.
Sammy, come here, girl.